Hello, and in today's video, what I'm going to do is read you some interesting facts about the old rock and roll group, the Beatles. You might not know them, or you might know them. They were very famous years ago, still quite famous nowadays, but old people like their music a lot. Anyway, whether you know them or not doesn't matter. I'm going to read you some facts about the group and the band members, and then I'm going to show you some questions at the end of the video so you can try and guess the answers, all right, or try and listen for the answers, and you can write the answers in the notes. All right, so this is a little listening practice for you. All right, so here, let's go over. Let me read. Here we go. So during Beatlemania, so Beatlemania was a time during the 1960s when the Beatles were the best band in the world and people loved them. People were going crazy for them. So during Beatlemania, Beatles fans routinely broke into Paul McCartney's house. He was one of the members of the band. How? How did they break in? They discovered where he hid his spare key. He had an extra key and he would hide it outside for himself or friends, but his fans found out and they would go in. Now, he wasn't angry about it though. He didn't mind. He left the key there. The reason why he didn't mind was because once inside, his fans would do things like wash the dishes and iron his clothes. So they loved Paul so much that they did really nice things for him. So there's a fact. Here's the next one. In 1987, George Harrison, another member of the band, scored a #1 hit with Got My Mind Set on You. Now this is a cover of an old song that back in the 1960s, when the band was together, he said he wanted the band to sing the song, but they said, no, we're not going to do it. They didn't agree with him. So in 1987, he did it himself, and he got a #1 hit. Great song, great song. Here's another fact. In 2009, Pope Benedict the 16th officially forgave the late John Lennon. So when we say the late, that means somebody is dead. So by 2009, John Lennon had already died. He forgave the late John Lennon for his misunderstood 1966 comment that the Beatles were more popular than Jesus. Okay? So he said that the Beatles were more popular than Jesus, and it was very controversial, and a lot of people got angry. Anyway, the Pope forgave him for saying that. And here's my last fact before I show you the questions. Before the band took off, so took off means before they became successful, Ringo Starr, he was another member, he was the drummer of the band. Ringo Starr worked as a waiter on a ferry boat, and Paul McCartney worked as a delivery man. So they had just ordinary jobs before they became successful pop stars. Okay, so those are the facts about the Beatles. Now I'm going to turn the camera around and show you the questions. And what I want you to do is listen, read the questions, and then write your answers in the notes below. And I'll write back to you and tell you if you're right or not. Here we go. Okay, let me fix the camera so you can see all of them. There we go. Here we go. So, question #1. How did fans get into Paul's house? So that's talking about Paul McCartney. How did fans get into Paul's house? #2, what did the fans do in Paul's house? All right, once they're inside, what did they do? All right. Question number 3. What was George's song? Okay, what was the song that George sang and had a hit with? What was the title of the song? Number 4, when did John say his controversial thing about Jesus? So what year did John say his controversial thing about Jesus? And the last one, number 5, what was Ringo's previous job before the Beatles became a success? All right, so Ringo had a job before they became pop stars. What was that job? All right, so let me turn the camera around again. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this lesson. I hope you got a lot of practice out of it. Write the answers in the comments below and I'll write back to you. All right, that's it for now. Bye-bye.